And we are live. We're going to talk about mastering OMAD and the 10 habits that you need to do to guarantee weight loss while eating one meal a day. I'm currently driving to my destination. I'm a bit delayed today because I had to make sure my son was fed. But apparently there's supposed to be a thunderstorm soon, so I don't do thunderstorms. If you guys recall watching my live stream when I was on top of the ski mountain and then there was like a thunderstorm warning, yeah, not fun. But I'm here at my destination. Is that a cat? Oh my god. Someone's walking their cat. It's a Bengal, but that's weird. I'm I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that, but I'm at my destination. Oh my god. That's a major distraction. Okay. Welcome to the live stream where whatever happens goes, because that's how I roll these days. That's how life rolls. You know, things just happen. So, welcome. Anyway, let's talk about this. Let's get into it quickly. But first, I want to talk about some things. I started watching Gracie's journey. She re-uploaded some of videos on her channel. She's been going through a tough time. She lost her dad last year, and it's so nice to see her back. You know, she put on a lot of weight, but she's back mentally. And I know how it is to dig yourself mentally from like one of the darkest holes of your life or the darkest time periods of your life. And to see her showing up and chipping away and finding happiness within the process is just amazing. And we can all learn from her. You guys can learn from her. It's about finding happiness in the process, seeing yourself doing those habits, doing the routine, doing the things you know that are necessary in order for you to lose the weight. Like you can tell she already knows and she's envisioning herself to where she needs to be. And she's happy. She's happy right where she's at and she's doing everything possible to get that weight down. And that's inspiring. You have to feel your way through your weight loss journey. You got to feel it. You have to feel that you are doing what you need to do to get the results. You have to feel as if you're already at your goal. I always say this all the time. You got to be your goal before you reach your goal. You have to become it now. And it's all about emotions. It's all about feeling those feelings of happiness, not feeling the feelings of, you know, not feeling good about your body, feeling regrets, feeling resentment towards yourself, feeling anger. You got to feel those good vibrations now, those good emotions now, and be grateful for where you are right now in the process, because it is the person you are right now that's going to get you to your future self. And again, there's no such thing about the future. The past doesn't exist. The future doesn't exist. What happens is the present moment. So remember that. Anyway, I see that there's a chat. Hello, Life. Welcome to the live stream. Nice to see you. Life says, good to see you, says, sis. Good to see you as well. I'm so glad to have you here. I was watching your video earlier, and you are an absolute, no, I just spilled my water, absolute rock star. I know when you shared when you were struggling about, you know, we all get to that point where we don't, we struggle in the moment, but we have to remember that each time we show up for ourselves, we're getting closer and closer to our vision. So I appreciate the relatability there. I'm not sure if it was your recent vlog or a vlog before, because I always catch up on your channel in chunks. More and more says, good evening from the States. Loving your channel. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you. It's afternoon here, but good evening. Good evening to you as well. ART says, hello. Hello. Welcome to the live stream. So I have a good amount of people here, so I'm just going to go right into it. So mastering OMAD, 10 habits to guarantee weight loss and success. Okay, this is a very important one, which I really wish I started from day one. It is really important, guys, when you are eating one meal a day or you are fasting or even when you're losing weight in general, to take your electrolytes. When we move around, we sweat, we're active, we're going to the bathroom, we are dropping electrolytes. We are dropping sodium. Sodium is the main electrolyte you want. So right here, It's so important to take your electrolytes because it's going to keep your hunger at bay when you're doing one meal a day. Like right now, I'm actually doing an OMAD today because I was in a bit of a plateau and I was like, you know what? Let's throw in an OMAD and see what happens. So I'm doing an OMAD today and I'm getting reacquainted with OMAD and I was hungry. So before I came on the live stream, I made sure to have some pickle juice, tons of pickle juice, and I made another cup of sodium, potassium, and baking soda. So that is the key. It is important when you work out, I was saying, to have electrolytes. It's so important. As you're losing weight, you're dropping water because the process of fat burning, I believe it's hydrolysis. It's the process of breaking down fat. Water is involved in that process. So when we dump weight, we actually, I think a study said we breathe it out, but I think we actually excrete out that weight. We excrete it out through going to the bathroom, through, bathroom processes, especially when you're losing weight, you're going to be peeing a lot. And when you are doing that, you're dumping electrolytes. And when you're dumping electrolytes, you're dumping salt and all of that. And you need that to have proper cellular processes when you're losing weight. You need the salt in order to give you energy. That is key. Electrolytes give you energy while you are fasting. I didn't think it was hot. The Weather Channel said one temperature, and I'm sitting in my car and it feels like another temperature. That is great. And I don't want to stand up right now. And there's someone walking their cat. So I'm not going to do a live stream with someone walking their cat. Did they leave? I might have to leave the car because I'm hot and I'm hot. Okay, we'll see how this goes, but here, what if we do it like this? Sorry, guys. I would do it in my house, but my son is in his room, and I usually like to film in his room. And I like to have space when I film my live streams. Okay, we are good to go. So what was I talking about? Yes, it gives you energy. So you want to have your electrolytes first thing in the morning. That's when you want to do it. So this morning, this is my OMAD routine. You guys will see this in a vlog tomorrow. I woke up this morning, I meditate, journal. I make sure I start the day off on the right foot. That is also an important key to finding success in anything in life, is that your mindset's right, is that you're counteracting all of the negative thoughts with positive thoughts, and that you are rewriting the thoughts in your head to benefit your greater good. So that could be through meditation, through praying, through whatever religious practices you practice, or spiritual beliefs or spiritual rituals you do. It's important to set the tone for the day. So I do that, and then I have a big hot cup of water of sodium in the form of, what is it called? Real salt now. I'm not using Himalayan pink salt. I'm using real salt. And then I have some potassium in the form of no salt, or salt-free it's called. Basically, you just go to your grocery store aisle, look at all the salts, and if it says potassium chloride, that's your source of potassium. So I have 1 scoop of that, 1 scoop of no salt, real salt, and then I have in sodium bicarbonate, baking soda. Notice how there's more sodium than there is potassium. You want the ratio to be 2 to 1 when it comes to sodium and potassium, because our body excretes sodium way quicker than it does potassium. So I have that, and then I take my vitamin C because that helps with digestion, and it gets my stomach going, keeps the hunger at bay. And then I went for a swim this morning, and that gave me my energy for my swim, which I did break a PR for. I'm very happy for myself. I started tracking my swim PRs. I like to do OMAD on days that I swim because I find it easier to do OMAD with swimming because I recover faster. Now, when I go to the gym and I'm pumping iron and I'm pushing, because I was told by my doctors to build muscle and build strength. So when someone tells me to do that, I go hard. I go real hard. I don't have enough energy to, to go through the entire process of doing OMAD. So I break my fast around 18 hours seems to be the goal. But today with swimming, I'm able to recover faster. So I ended up doing I'm doing an OMAD. I actually could break my fast now, but we're going to keep going. Why not? I'm not really hungry. So yeah, that's why I'm doing an OMAD today. So it gives you energy. You want to focus on sodium bicarbonate. I did say that, the 2 to 1 ratio, first thing in the morning, hot cup of water. You also want to take your electrolytes. Oh, this is so important. You want to take it first thing in the morning,
You want to have maybe a cup before you work out, and you got to play with your electrolytes. You got to be careful, because if you're first starting OMAD and you're first making your own electrolyte recipe, you might get the runs. You might have to go to the bathroom. That will happen. So you need to figure out what dose is correct for you, so you don't do that. If that happens, it's fine. It's just your system clearing up. But you have to figure that out. So once you figure out what dosage is good enough for you, then maybe you have a bit before you work out. Again, it gives you energy, and it's giving your body the ability to carry you through your workout when you are fasting, which is key. So you do that. And then when you break your fast, it's so important to dose your meals with sodium and potassium. Put salt on your meals. Why? Because the best way to keep salt into your body is through food. Food is the best way to funnel in salts, to keep the salt within your body. It's the best way to eat it with food. So you want to, like, that's the key to sticking to OMAD, is salt. People don't understand that. It's so important. I know there's so much negative connotation to salt, because baby boomers grew up with the whole salt thing. Salt's bad. Salt brings up blood pressure. But people are learning more and more. Even bodybuilders. I was watching Laura Lee Chapados. She is 2-time bikini pro in Arnold. She's an Arnold champ, the Arnold Classic. She won it, and I hope she wins the Olympia. I think she'll win the Olympia. I don't know. Bikini's crazy, but I don't understand bikini. But anyway, she was talking about it, how now, like back in the day, old school bodybuilders, they used to be like, no salt, cut out salt. And now she's having salt. Her coach is having her have salt. So people are learning the power of sodium and having salt while losing weight. Bodybuilders are experts in this, because bodybuilders are putting themselves in a situation that is not ideal. They have max amount of muscle, which obviously is, dangerous at low body fat, because when you have max amount of muscle is very metabolically expensive. So they're putting themselves in a situation where they're having high muscle and low body fat. They're basically on the verge of, dying pretty much. But obviously they don't. Well, we're not going to get into that. I'm talking about PEDs and stuff. But yeah, even she was saying the importance of salt is really important while you're cutting weight. The next point I want to bring up is, while you're on a weight loss journey or a journey of weight gaining, but many of us here are on a weight loss journey, it is so important to weigh yourself daily. Weigh yourself daily. Get over the fear of the scale. You need to get over that. It's going to take months. It's going to take time. But the more you get over that fear of the scale, the more you're going to get over the fears that have caused you to gain weight in the first place. So I've learned this on my journey, because on my weight loss journey, before I did OMAD, I wasn't weighing myself daily. And I would let one fluctuation in the scale completely ruin my day. I would let it completely throw me off. I would let it, ruin my mood, and I would take it personally. When you weigh yourself daily, you kind of get accustomed to the fluctuations. You understand the process more. The scale doesn't have power over you. It's kind of like exposure therapy. Like, getting rid of fears. If you have fear of public speaking, the way you get rid of that, go out in public speak. If you have fears of, spiders, you expose yourself to spiders. The same thing. If you have anxiety around gaining weight and, with weight loss, go on the scale. And then it just takes that power away from you. And not only that, you learn so much. You learn about your maintenance calories when you weigh yourself daily. You learn about your calories that you can get away with on days that you exercise more. You understand your body more. This is important for people on a weight loss journey. I think it's pivotal for you to definitely weigh yourself daily. Next point I want to bring up is, take measurements. I've advocated this on my channel since day one, because since recently. The scale, with that being said, the scale doesn't always tell you the full story. So it's important to take measurements and to take pictures, because there are plenty times on my weight loss journey, I've said this before, non-scales victories will precede scale victories, meaning that you'll look leaner in the mirror, you'll go down a size, but the scale's staying the same. And then later on, the scale catches up. Why does that happen? As we lose weight, there's like a point in the shift
of our body going down to a newer, lower weight, that it kind of holds on to water for a bit. So that reflects in the scale. Remember, water's heavy. Or if you're working out and you're building muscle in the gym, muscle is heavy. Muscle has tons of water. So it's really important to also take pictures and take measurements so you can use that with the data of the scale. Now with measurements, I recommend you taking it twice a month. There's no need to take it more. Taking it weekly, like you could, but I think you get more. It gives like the body fat shrinks down within, I would say, a couple of weeks. You start seeing it with the inches based on my personal journey. You want to make sure you do that. And the only place you need to measure is around your waist. The smallest point around your waist. Why? Because that will always 100% guarantee that you are losing body fat. When that waist circumference goes down, you are losing body fat all over the place. So it's important to take measurements on your journey. Also, it's going to help you when the scale's being a pain in the butt and it's not moving. And then you'll look at your measurements and be like, well, I went down 2 inches from the week before and the scale's still the same. Well, you know what that means? I'm losing weight. So it's important to do that. So you are aware of what's going on, and because losing weight is an emotional game, let's be honest here, it's a mindset game. So you got to do everything in your power to convince the thoughts in your head that are telling you that you are not losing weight or that you should give up. Do everything in your power to have proof of evidence right there in your face that you're losing the weight. So taking pictures weekly, and you want to take progress photos. I have examples of progress photos in my thumbnails and on my channel. Just, it's just like a straightforward shot, 2 side shots and a back shot. You want to take those photos consistently. Once a week, ideally, you want to do that just so you can see the changes, because that's going to motivate you. Again, weight loss is a mental game. It's definitely going to motivate you as you see yourself leaning out and going lower. Another thing is, I want to say, oh yes, it is so important. Progress photos was number 4. So it's so funny. Number 3 was take measurements. Number 4 was take progress photos. I explained that. Number 5, break your fast at the same time daily. It is like, this is everything. When it comes to weight loss, repetition is key. A lot of people lose weight eating the same meals over and over again, having the same mundane routine, and that is like beneficial. The same thing goes with breaking your fast at the same time daily. When you break your fast at the same time daily, it just becomes natural. Fasting gets easier. It becomes so mundane that you'll get to a point on your weight loss journey where you will realize, was it really this easy to lose weight? You'll realize that I've come to this point many times on my 1 meal a day journey. Just having my meal at the same time daily, it would be 6 or 7 o'clock p.m. within reason. Sorry, there's a big truck. Within 6 or 7 o'clock p.m. Have it within an hour off every day. That's what I would do. So it's so important to do that. Have that repetition. So I would, have my same routine. Again, wake up in the morning. I would exercise. I prefer to exercise in the morning. For anyone starting off with 1 meal a day, I highly recommend you exercising 2 to 3 hours before you break your fast to help crush the hunger. Because hunger, your point of hunger with OMAD is the strongest, literally, about 2 to 3 hours before breaking your fast. You get this like huge urge of hunger. So when that happens, go to the gym and move your body. Take some sodium, potassium, have some pickle juice, have some apple cider vinegar, all the little hacks to crush your hunger. I'll get into that later on in the live stream. That's on one of my notes on how to crush your hunger. Make sure you're getting in water and go to the gym, and then you'll work out. And then after your workout, your hunger will go from a 10 to like a 5, and then you're not going to feel like eating. Personally, I don't feel like eating when I am done exercising. I'll go into an exercise and maybe there's hunger, but after a while, the blood flow gets going. You don't really feel like eating. That's what I've noticed. Hopefully this doesn't, I don't think this will overheat today. No, it's not too hot. So yeah, that is very important. Breaking your fast, at the same time every day. Number 6, I know a lot of people don't like to do this, but this blows my mind. If you're losing weight, track your calories. If you don't count calories, find a way to make sure you're eating less on the daily. I know some people, they're the rare people that lose weight with portion control, but calorie counting is the easiest way to lose weight. Track your calories. It is so important to do so. As I said, calories is the easiest way to lose weight. Many people don't know how to accurately track their calories, and I keep saying this. I will do a video on how to accurately track your calories. I gotta do that video because it's so important. That is just like a crucial educational video that people need to understand how to properly do it, because so many people are like, well, calories don't work. Calories do work. It doesn't work because you're not tracking it properly. You're eating more than what you think you are. I think the statistic is many of us undercount our calories by 30%, meaning that we're eating 30% more than what we think we're eating. So when I get that video out, I'll make a commitment to do that, because that is a crucial video. I do have a video about that way back in the day, but you guys aren't going to find it within the amount of videos I've been posting. Sorry, I'm just trying to get comfortable here. But yeah, it is so important to track your calories. Use an app. I use Carb Manager. There's MyFitnessPal, and there's tons of other apps out there that you can use. But with OMAD, I advocate tracking your calories. I really, really do. I know some people don't. Some people can get away with not doing that. It's fine. Eating within a smaller eating window is also another way you can track your calories. I've talked about that on my channel. This is the rule with OMAD. The smaller your eating window, the more weight you'll lose. So, for example, let's say you eat within a half an hour eating window, you're guaranteed to be in a deficit in that half an hour eating window, unless you're eating straight up pure fat junk food, like really bad high fat food. But if you eat a normal looking, like a normal plate of food, a normal like meal, like let's say it's chicken and rice or roast beef and some potatoes, if you're eating that within an hour eating window, within a half an hour eating window, and you're eating as much as possible and you're getting full, you will not overeat. You will definitely be in a deficit. I've done that. And I believe like within a half an hour eating window, I'm going to try to do that today. I probably can eat 1,400 calories max. So it's in like, you can do it that way too. Because I know some people do not count their calories while losing weight for sure with OMAD, but I highly recommend everyone do it, especially if you struggle with emotional eating, overeating, anything like that. For me personally, I'm forever always going to count my calories. I am never going to stop counting my calories on a consistent basis. So I might have a day where I might go off, if it's like a birthday or it's a day where I'm like, you know what? I just don't feel like counting my calories. I'll do that. But on the consistent, I am going to be counting my calories. I just have to, just because I do struggle with BED, overeating, emotional eating. Pain is my trigger, and I've got a lot of injuries going on right now. So I'm just going to make sure I do that. So it's important to track your calories. It's important to learn how to count your calories. And you should do that with OMAD. Now, how you do it on OMAD, this is how you do it, so you don't screw up, because I've done this before. So before you start eating, you want to make sure you have everything you want to eat laid out. So you'll have a plate of your main food, and then maybe you'll have a plate of dessert, or maybe you'll have a plate of something else. Like, have your food laid out and have everything put into the app so you know how many calories you're consuming. Have that laid out, and then when you're ready to start breaking your fast, go right ahead and start eating. It's important to have the food prepared, because if you go into OMAD and you're just like mindlessly eating, you're not going to keep track of things. And another thing, when you do that, you're able to keep track of how long you're eating. I use the app Zero to help keep track of everything in terms of my eating window, because when I end my fast, there is a timer that turns on that says it has been so and so minutes since your last fast. That's how I keep track of how long I eat. So basically, before I break my fast, I go on the scale, I weigh myself, and I'm going to talk about that in a second, but I go on the scale, weigh myself, and then I prepare my meals, have the meal prepared, and then I go right into eating. Now, for a hack for people who are struggling with losing weight on OMAD and they feel like the scale's not moving, before you eat your meal, and before you go on this, or after you go on the scale, because you don't want to go drink water and then go on the scale, you're going to screw up your weigh-in. I should mention that quickly. Before you weigh yourself, You want to make sure to refrain from drinking water for about an hour or two. It depends on the person. Some people might have to do more, but an hour before you weigh in, don't drink any fluids, don't have nothing. You want to kind of go into that weigh in a bit dry because water will distort the scale. Trust me, I've done that. And the scale would be up like a pound or two. I was like, what the heck? And it's because I drank a lot of water. So you want to make sure you are not drinking any fluids before you are weighing yourself within the hour. So what was I saying? I totally forgot. My brain left me. Thanks, brain. You just had to abandon me. But going back, I'm just going to keep talking about that process. We'll just keep going. Maybe it'll come back to me. I have a concussion, guys. For those of you who might be new here, I got into a car accident. That's what inspired me starting OMAD. Was because I was binging. I was eating. I was overeating. I couldn't control my eating. And I was like, you know what? Let's fast. I couldn't fast. So I'm like, what's the next best thing to fasting? Eating 1 meal a day. So I jumped into the 1 meal a day diet just to help control my binge eating. It actually helped control it because when you struggle with binge eating and you're trying to run away from your feelings and you can't control yourself, you're literally like eating all day. You're finding a moment to eat. Like I would eat and then I would be full and I would count down like the next moment that I'm able to eat because I just wanted to get more food in because it would just take away the pain that I was dealing with. So what OMAD did for me is that it forced me to learn delayed gratification. It forced me to learn self-discipline. It forced me to understand that I am not going to die if I have to wait to eat a meal. So it taught me a lot of things. It really did. OMAD fasting, intermittent fasting, always part of my routine. I love it. But anyway, going back to what I was saying. Oh yes, the hack. So if you're struggling with not losing weight on OMAD, again, it's a calorie game. That's why I tell everyone to count their calories. You want to drink about a good 1 to 2 cups of water before you have your break your fast, and then have your meal after you weigh yourself. You want to make sure you do that. So like you weigh yourself and then have a bunch of water and then wait a bit and then jump into your OMAD meal and start the clock as soon as you start eating. That's another hack to help you reduce your calories for those of you who can eat a lot within a half an hour eating window. So yeah, I'm just gonna look at the chat quickly, see where I left off calories. Yeah, okay, we're going to that. I'm just gonna look at the chat. Oh wow, sorry guys, I was talking a lot. Hey Nigel, welcome. Welcome. Nice to see you. I don't know why I said that like 3 times, but I was trying to say Nigel from New York with the English name. Hey, Mad Solar, welcome. Daniela, I've been doing spam and pickles for 2 weeks, plus fasting. Yes, seeing great results the last 2 days. I eat junk food with my girlfriend, and I feel I feel so bloated. How long does it take to get back on track after you had those cheat days? Okay, so after you ate junk food with your girlfriend, did you go right into an OMAD fast? Like, honestly, those days where I fall off my diet and I purposely do it, recently has been a struggle due to like other reasons, but when I purposely do it, I love coming off a junk food like day because then it's easier to fast the next day. So to get back on track after that, just dive into it. You got to go right into it. You can't like stop overthinking it. Just like don't think, just do it. Go right into it. If you're struggling, keep trying because there will be times where you stray off track. You're trying to get back up track with OMAD. You just have to trust the process. You're going to have to struggle, but that's where the mindset, that's where the grit comes in. That's where you build that mental muscle. You just keep trying and trying until you get back on track. Now, if you keep trying and OMAD's not working for you, then open up your eating window and start training yourself to have small snacks until you can get back to the OMAD. So that's my advice to you is just get back into it. Keep trying, forget about the past. The past doesn't exist. It's all about what you're doing right now. Just get on it, count your calories, and you got this. And considering you are a dude, just start off with 1,800 calories and you're good to go. So the boat will go down if you're doing an honest OMAD fast. So you're doing pure fasting. You're not having any coffee with cream. The bloat will go down. It should go down within a couple of days. It should, depending on, I don't know how much you ate. I don't know how long you ate. But if it was a day, you should go down in a couple of days. Now, if it was a few days, then it's going to take time. But OMAD should get that down pretty quickly. Don't give up and hang in there. And yeah, that might have been a shock to your system because you were doing spam and pickles. So you were on straight up, real, hardcore, low blood sugar ketosis. Like you were doing the hardcore thing. Spam and pickles, bacon. I prefer bacon and pickles. But I believe Cole's the one who came up with this diet, and he's like, bacon's too messy. That's an excuse. Bacon isn't messy. Cook the damn bacon or get a non-stick pan. I always cook bacon. The reason why bacon's too messy, because this is the key. I notice this with men. When they cook bacon, you don't need to have the pot cranked up so high. Just kind of turn it to medium. Let the pot get hot. Like you got to leave it on for about 5-6 minutes and then place the bacon on. You don't want the bacon frying, like spitting up everywhere. Lower the pot and cook the bacon slowly, and then it won't be so messy. That was just a tip on how to cook bacon. Sorry. Anyway, Life says, welcome in, everyone. Yes, welcome. Please hit the like button if you're getting value out of the live stream. Yes, thank you. Please smash that like button if I am helping you out in any way. The like button definitely helps me out a lot. I said it in my last video, and it really helped YouTube push the video out. So the more I can push my story out and my journey out, I can help other people. I can keep you guys motivated, and we'll just grow this community together. I want more people getting on the power of using different ways to lose weight. OMAD is very powerful. Intermittent fasting is very powerful. My journey, my channel is about weight loss. It's about finding ways to keep yourself in a calorie deficit, because at the end of the day, losing weight is about being in a calorie deficit. I know there's people in the fasting world that I respect and I admire, and they say calories don't matter. I don't really care. Calories do matter. Yes. Does our body process different calories differently? Yes. Obviously, a calorie of meat, of fat, is going to be processed differently than cheesecake. I know that. There's the whole insulin and the blood sugar hit and everything. Like if you're going to eat sugary foods, what happens is your body, it spikes your insulin levels because there's sugar in the bloodstream. So our body puts, insulin puts the glucose into our cells. So when it does that, our cells decide to turn it into glycogen or fat. Yes, that's different. I know that. But at the end of the day, it's still a calorie gain. Now, the reason why you can get away with eating crap while eating one meal a day within an hour eating window, not even an hour, a half an hour eating window, is because you are fasting throughout the day and your body will just run through the calories very quickly. I've done junk food OMAD. I like to use junk food OMAD as a hack to have a cheat day. So I know I've lost weight eating junk food because at the end of the day, it's a calorie game. If I have like a meal of McDonald's, that's actually 1,200 calories. Another fast food restaurant, maybe I'm having like a whole meal of like shawarma, that's probably like 1,600 calories. I know I'll lose weight on that if I'm exercising that day. So my channel is about using different methods of losing weight. You can use, like I've had the most success with one meal a day, so I'm going to talk about one meal a day a lot. You can lose weight with calorie counting throughout the day, learning how to count your calories. It's just methods of getting into a calorie deficit. That's all it is. I've done dry fasting on my channel. I've done fasting on my channel. Again, I'm not an advocate of depending on fasting for weight loss, but I am an advocate of cycling in and out of fasting every 3 to 4 months, doing hardcore fasting, because fasting has many benefits. But when it comes to weight loss, and I'm talking about prolonged fasting, I'm not talking about OMAD fasting, that's intermittent fasting. But when it comes to weight loss, you want to learn how to eat light. You want to learn how to eat it right in the kitchen. And if you're not going to eat light and you enjoy OMAD, then just learning how to eat within a hour or half an hour eating window. It's all about being flexible about it. You want to use different tools when it comes to losing weight. And that's what I'm about. Right now, I'm trying to harness the power of going in and out of OMAD. Like yesterday, I fasted for 18 hours. Today, I'm well into a fast. I'm like, what is it? I think I'm 20 hours into my fast and I'm feeling good. I did have some hunger periods, but I just used my hacks. Now let's get into that. Crushing hunger. That's not the next one, but we're going to make it the next one. Okay, to find success with OMAD, crushing hunger is key. Now, ways you can crush hunger. Number one, go exercise, go for a walk, move your body, stop sitting around thinking about food. That's not going to help. Keeping busy. OMAD is so easy if you have a desk job. Oh my goodness. Just literally sit at your desk, drink a bunch of tea, drink a bunch of coffee, drink a bunch of water, electrolytes. Like, it's so easy to do it on a desk job. Like, anyone on a desk job should be able to do OMAD because you're not expending any energy. OMAD's the easiest when you are not physical. When you are pushing it too hard, and that's the next one. I'll talk about exercise, but that's another one. But OMAD's easier for anyone who has a sedentary lifestyle. Your body will just burn through fat. But crushing hunger, move your body. That's one. Number two, another way to crush hunger, pickle juice. I love pickle juice. I basically buy a big jar of pickles at Costco. When the pickles are done, I'm actually sipping on a big jar right now. Pickle juice. Why? High in sodium. Number two, apple cider vinegar. Or number three, apple cider vinegar. Make sure when you purchase your apple cider vinegar, and I totally forgot to look at the other comments. I'm so sorry. I'm going to get back to that. That it has 0 sugar in it. I purchased an apple cider vinegar and there was sugar in it. I'm like, why do you have to put sugar in apple cider vinegar? I was so annoyed. So I just used it for my body. I have this like Mennonite clay. It's like this, not Mennonite. It's totally the wrong term, but it's a clay that's used in India. I learned about it as a way to detox your body. People actually eat this clay too. It requires you to actually mix it with apple cider vinegar. So I just took the sugary one and I mixed in with that. It's pretty much like a full body plan. It helps detox your body. Again, another video I have to do on ways to detox your body as you're losing weight, because fat holds toxins. It does. A lot of toxins are lipophilic. Lipo means fat. That's the scientific term or the Latin name for fat. Lipids. And lipophilic means fat loving. So a lot of toxins are fat loving. So a lot of us hold a lot of toxins within our fat. So as we're losing weight, I feel like those toxins just float in our body. So there are ways to like detox yourself. Again, I also use a castor oil patch on my liver and stomach, and I feel great after that. And yeah, that's going off on a tangent. Again, I have so much knowledge. I just got to put it all in video form. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. I'm trying my best here. I've got so much up here. It's just a matter of like spitting it out. Anyway, lemon water. Yes, you can have lemon water. Make sure you buy the lemons yourself and you squeeze it. You can have lemon water while eating 1 meal a day. That's fine. That won't break your fast. I like the acidic stuff because the acidic stuff actually makes your blood basic. It makes your body basic. Inflammation and a lot of chronic diseases, cancers, they all flourish in an environment of acidity. When our body's acidic, that's when our body's sick. So I know it doesn't make any sense, but actually having acidic things like lemon water and apple cider vinegar actually increases your body's pH. It makes it higher. I got to figure out the science on that. Trust me, once I learn it, it clicks in my head. I went to school for biological sciences, so I'm a bit of a nerd. I was looking at the Krebs cycle and cellular respiration for my last video because I was learning. I was like, oh, acetyl-CoA is actually used to turn into ketones. I'm like, okay, so that's why with keto OMAD, the process of losing weight with keto, that's why it literally depends on fat burning. I was explaining in the video. I was like, oh, that brings up memories of studying. So yeah, the process of burning fat and producing ketones, it like being in ketosis depends on fat burning, and our body uses those ketone bodies as fuel, which is crazy. You want that metabolic switch sometimes. Anyway, that was another rant. Oh yeah, and you go into ketosis when you fast for I believe you get into ketosis around 17 hours of fasting. And that's also the point of autophagy too. So that's why OMAD is kind of like you're kind of doing keto while you're fasting, even if you eat the carbs. I know you're in ketosis for that bit, and then obviously you get knocked out. But yeah, I was talking about how keto is a catabolic thing, and obviously fasting is catabolic, meaning that it's a process where you're breaking things down. That's what we want to break down. So yeah, well, let me do the list. You can crush hunger with apple cider vinegar, no sugar, pickle juice, cinnamon tea. Cinnamon tea is great. I don't know why I did that. Coffee, black coffee, if you want to do an honest OMAD fast. You can get away with putting 1 serving of whipping cream. And when I say whipping cream, I mean heavy cream. So you know how there's half and half, or Breve. Who calls it Breve? I think it's the Australians. 10% table cream. Then there's whipping cream, so that's 18%. Now, if you go to the superstore and you look at the back, superstore, sorry, there's a place called Superstore here. But when you go to the supermarket and you look at the back of the whipping cream or the cream and it says it's 0 carbs, you can add 1 serving of that into your coffee and it will not mess up your OMAD fast. I like to have coffee first thing in the morning. You don't want to have coffee too close to your fast because it's going to distort your weigh-in. But coffee first thing in the morning or right after I work out, because then my body just uses that fat. But anyway, I say 0%, the high fat cream, because again, it will keep you in ketosis. It won't knock you off. So you can put that in. But mind you, I'm saying this in a vlog that I'm filming today. I know this sounds crazy, but it's actually easier to fast when you do the basic stuff. When you drink water, you have your electrolytes, and you don't add anything like artificial sweeteners and that stuff. That stuff actually makes your fasting harder. I've learned this from experience. Now, since I'm so OMAD fast adapted, I do throw in stevia into my coffee right after my workout or before my workout, and it does not increase my hunger. Artificial sweeteners will increase your hunger. So if you're first starting off OMAD, please avoid that. I did OMAD clean for months, so I'm an advanced OMAD faster. So for someone who's beginning to start OMAD, you have to do it clean just to get your body used to it. So a clean OMAD fast, black coffee, lemon water that you squeeze from actual lemons, cinnamon tea, anything that's 0 calorie, cayenne pepper is really good, salt, sodium, potassium, teas, and sparkling water. Sparkling water is excellent to help crush your hunger. I love sparkling water. I was gonna have some now, but then I was like, I'm breaking my fast soon. Yeah, I gotta be careful because I'm sipping water. I think we'll be fine. All right, now let's go to the chat. Christy, hi Christy, welcome to the live stream. That's right, yes, that is right, whatever I said, because I'm so behind in the chat. Hello Jubba, welcome, nice to see you. Thumbs up, I appreciate the thumbs up, and I appreciate the pink heart hand waving. I don't know what it says, but I appreciate all the love. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, hey, Joseph. Welcome. Nice to see you. I appreciate you. You are just amazing. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your support. You make my day, my friend. I'm sending you mad love, and I hope you're doing well in beautiful Trinidad. I need to go there when it's winter because there's already signs of winters coming up here in this weird place I live in. Nigel says, I'm trying to get not to get frustrated. I finally got over my scale fear and bought my first digital scale last month. Yay, I'm so proud of you, Nigel. My weight fluctuations are drastic between morning and evening. Yes, that's why we don't weigh ourselves twice a day unless you really have a pattern. I do it because I switch things up. Scale hasn't really moved in 5 weeks, but the waistline is melting away. Okay, keep at it. Don't let that skill discourage you. Take your pictures. I don't know if you took pictures in the beginning. If you didn't, take a picture now. You are at a point where people quit. Don't quit. Hang in there. If the waistline is going down, you are losing body fat. So like I was saying earlier, what happens, there are times in your weight loss journey where you will plateau, but you're noticing you're getting leaner. It's just your body holding on to water a little more. Hang in there. And yes, the swings between morning and evening will be drastic. Now, I did have someone message me. I have to respond to their comment on Instagram. I saw it in my DMs hidden away, and they were unable to weigh themselves right before they break their fast because they break their fast while at work. Now, if you cannot weigh yourself right before you break your fast, it is okay to weigh yourself in the morning. As long as you have a consistent trend, it is okay. It's fine. I say to weigh yourself right before you break your fast because that is when you are the lightest. The scale will be the lightest right before you break your fast. So I weigh myself twice a day. The morning weigh-in is always higher than the evening weigh-in. As I go throughout the day, do my exercises, drink my water, and live my life, the scale starts to chip down. So it's okay if you weigh yourself in the morning. It's fine. As long as that's your one weigh-in and you're seeing the scale trend go down. What I like to do, because I weigh myself twice a day, why I do it is because, like this morning, the weight was lower than it was yesterday. yesterday's weigh-in, or sometimes my evening weigh-in. So when I see that, I know I'm losing weight. I know weight loss is happening. So it kind of motivates me throughout the day to keep going. So that's why I do the twice daily. So I'm going to do a weight log example showing you how to weight log 2 times a day, and then showing you how to weight log 1 time a day. You have to know this is all data. Don't worry about the weight swings. If the scale's going up, don't worry about it. Look at the consistent trend comparing from morning weigh-in to evening weigh-in. And when you do the double weigh-ins, you want to make sure you're doing it at the same time every day. For me, first thing in the morning, obviously I go to the bathroom first. You want to go to the bathroom. You want to go to the bathroom, and then weigh yourself. Don't drink any water. Weigh yourself, get a weigh-in then. And then the evening weigh-in is what I tell everyone else to do, because that is the most lowest weigh-in usually. So the evening weigh-in, weigh yourself right before you break your fast, no water, weigh it, and then you have a trend. But there's no need to do it twice. Sometimes it will mess with people's minds. Like Nigel, I can see that you're struggling. That's why I don't tell people to do it. You have to come to a point in the beginning. Once you get to the point where you're more comfortable with the scale, then do the 2 weigh-ins. But if you're just getting over your fear of the scale, honestly, just weigh yourself once a day. Pick a time. It's obviously better to do it. If you can do it right before you break your fast, do it then. And just ignore the morning weigh-in. Don't stress about it, because it can really discourage you. Because there are times where I had a higher morning weigh-in, and then the scale would drop like 5 pounds, and I would be like lower than I was my evening weigh-in before. So that morning weigh-in is not always going to be accurate. So that's why it's best to do it before you break your fast. But if you can't, just be aware with the morning weigh-ins. If you are having a later than usual OMAD meal, and then you weigh yourself in the morning and the scale's a bit up, it's because you had your meal a little later and your body's digesting. Sorry about that. So yeah, don't get discouraged. But Nigel, hang in there. Hang in there. You're at the magic point. Do not give up. You're literally at the point where change is happening. And this is where people give up. They're like, well, I'm doing everything possible, and the scale's not going down. I'm like, are you looking in the mirror? Are you noticing the clothes fitting? Hang on to that. The scale will drop. This happened to a girl I've been following for years. Her and I used to do personal training programs with Marcella Reyes. Marcel, if you've been an OG on this channel, you'll know Marcella Reyes. I used to train with her, and she was like, I'm stuck at 170 pounds. She was stuck for like, she couldn't break that number. And then I told her, I'm like, you know what? Track your calories, do it consistently, say no to all your friends. She's like, I got to say no to going out. Just be antisocial for a week or so and just focus on your weight loss or 2. And then she did that. She got a consistent calorie count. I don't know how many calories she was eating. And then she finally broke the 170 mark, and she was at 168. So whenever you get to that point, hang in there. Please know, that's why it's so important to take pictures. That's why it's so important to take measurements. Feel yourself out. Look at yourself in the mirror. Hang in there. I don't want people quitting, because I've quit so many times at that point earlier on in my weight loss journey when I was in the 200s. Oh my gosh, I don't want people doing that. Hang in there. Some people will plateau for months, especially if you're really heavy. I know really obese people, they can plateau for months. Remember, maintaining weight is way better than gaining weight. Maintaining weight is actually delayed weight loss. That's what I'm going to call it, literally. When you're plateauing, that's just delayed weight loss. Don't get discouraged. It doesn't mean you're not doing anything wrong or right. It's just your body just being the human body, holding on to water more. So just remember that when you're going through a plateau. The way to get through a plateau is to keep going. Keep going. And if you're going and you feel like you're struggling, that's where I would tell someone to maybe shorten up their eating window more and fast a little longer, or drop their calories down and see what that does. Or if you're experienced with fasting, throw in a 48 or 36-hour fast. You don't have to do 48. 36-hour fast is the fat burning fast. Or if you don't want to do that, maybe do a 20 or an OMAD dry fast and dry fast throughout the day. Like, there's different options you can use to help break the plateau. Another less extreme or less unorthodox option would be to move more, move your body more, exercise a little bit more, do the low impact steady state cardio, go on an extra hour walk on top of your workouts and see if that happens. Stand up more, just move your body more. And I promise you, you'll get success. Hang in there. Hang in there. You're doing a good job. Nigel, hang in there. Maybe do one of the things I just said. Matt Solar says, have you met Cole in person? No, I have met Cole in person, and I do not plan on doing that. No. I'm going to leave that at that. Simone says, hey, Daniela, will we get another OMAD challenge before the year ends? That's debatable. I don't mind doing one. Yeah, I could totally do one. I'm thinking about it. Why not? Maybe September? Because September is the year anniversary where I started OMAD. We'll see. I'll let you know. I'll let you know, Simone, but that is very tempting. Watchwoman says green tea is also, yes, I totally forgot about that. Yes, green tea is very good for that. Green tea is another one. Go for green tea. Siren says this woman just gets, okay. Thank you. Just gets hotter every time I see her. Well, thank you. Now I'm shy. All right, I'm hiding. Sorry, I get shy. Thank you for the compliment. I'm blushing. Thank you. I was just really passionate there, and I wasn't expecting that comment. Thank you. I appreciate you. Sorry, I get really shy. I already explained this on my vlog. Like when dudes check me out, I get shy. Anyway, number 7, keep track of your fast. It's so important to keep track of your fast. I use the app Zero Keep Track, so you're just aware of what's going on. Again, keeping track of everything on your weight loss journey is a great way to motivate you, to understand what's going on. Maybe one day the scale doesn't move up and you're like, oh, well, it's because I fasted less than comparing to the day before. So it just having data gives you info. I prefer. I like it that way because when I have more info, I see it as info and I don't identify with it emotionally. I don't emotionally identify with it at all. So, it kind of takes the emotion out of it because literally weight loss is all about emotion. It's all about emotions. It's all about checking our emotions. It truly is. And understanding that the thoughts in our head that are telling us that we're not good enough, we should give up. You got to stand up to yourself inside yourself. That's what Les Brown says. Stand up to yourself inside yourself. When you have a thought that says, I don't feel like doing anything, I don't feel like fasting today, tell that thought to shut up. That's what he says. Or I'm not good enough. Tell that thought to shut up. I was listening to Les Brown to say, you really do. And in life, in order to get the things you never have, you have to do the things you don't want to do. You have to do things that suck in order to get the best things in life. So yeah, sometimes it's hard. You don't want to fast. You want to eat all the food. It can kind of suck sometimes, but there's a good behind it. Why? Because you're gonna get a result down the road. So it's all about switching your mindset. That's truly weight loss. It's mindset. It's controlling the mind. Do you lose weight with the mind? No, you obviously don't. You're not gonna sit there and be like, I am 140 pounds and you lose weight. No, that's not what I mean. What I mean is that in order to get the actions to lose weight, you got to control this, So yeah, I talk about this a lot on my channel about mindset because it's so important. And it's something I truly work on because my weight loss journey is just going to be a reflection of other areas of my life because it's going to reflect other areas of your life. It's going to reflect financially. It's going to reflect in your relationships with people. You get confident with, meeting people, going out with people. If you're a man, asking that girl out, or women these days are asking men out, I think. Someone said something about that, some embarrassing story. She went up to a dude. I was listening to some podcast and she asked him out and he's like, I'm married. It was Samantha Maria. I was listening to her channel and she just had the courage. She didn't ask him out. I don't know what she did. She was talking to him or something. And he's like, I'm married. She's like, that was a bit embarrassing. But if anyone knows, Samantha Maria is a long time beauty crush blog. Her name used to be called Beauty Crush. And she's very introverted. So I guess she was doing it as to get out of her shell kind of thing. But yeah, I was watching her recently. Sorry, I'm trying to get my lip gloss out. Next. So, keep track of your fasts, track your calories, crush your hunger. Oh, number 9. What is this one? Yes, I already said this earlier, but when you eat your meal, You want to make sure you're loading that meal with sodium and potassium, mainly sodium, a little bit of potassium. I hate the taste of potassium, but sodium. Put your meal with sodium. Have things like pickles, especially if you're doing keto OMAD. I'm going to talk about keto OMAD very quickly. You want to do that because having sodium potassium is the best way to funnel in salt. Like, it's the best way to keep salt within your body is having it with a meal. So, because again, you don't want to get into a situation where you're dropping electrolytes because you're going to feel like crap. Trust me, I've been there. It's not fun when your electrolytes are low, because with OMAD, you can really lose a lot. Like, you can really have low electrolytes. And I know intermittent fasting foodie, she used to do OMAD without electrolytes and she'd always get cramping in her legs. And then she started taking Element. So signs of electrolyte depletion is that you're overly tired, you're getting cramps in muscles, you're getting muscle cramps, you can't sleep, and you're getting hunger cravings. So it's so important to make sure those electrolytes are up. Even if you're not doing OMAD and you're losing weight, you want to make sure you're getting in that sodium and potassium. It is so crucial because the process of losing weight, it's a process of excreting water. So when you excrete water, you excrete all your little electrolytes, and you want to make sure you're replenishing that because our body needs sodium to go through proper cellular processes. If I remember, I'm not going to get into cell biology right now, but there's like that sodium pump, sodium osmosis pump thing. I don't know. I'm not going to get into that, but basically it's an important process for our cells to like operate. So that is crucial. Oh yes, keto OMAD. Keto OMAD. So with keto OMAD, when it comes to that, so it can really be hard to get into your calories with keto OMAD. So when you're doing keto OMAD, it's very important to have pickles. Just have pickles or olives throughout all your meals because those are high in sodium and potassium. Olives are great for fat. When you're having your keto OMAD meal, you want to make sure you're getting in, what do you call it? Almond butter or nut butters. Nut butters are key because again, it can help bring up your calories so you're having enough calories on keto. Because keto will crush your hunger and you'll be like, I don't want to eat. Like, you can get away with that in the beginning. If your BMI is obese, you can get away with that. Like, I honestly had keto OMAD days where I had 600 calories and I wasn't hungry. It's okay. I was in ketosis. My body was using the fat on me. But when you start to get to the overweight category and lower, and if you have a lot of muscle on you, that's where it can be dangerous. So it's important to learn how to eat a little bit more with, having coconut oil is key because you can get plugged up with keto. That has happened with me. Having tons of coconut oil, magnesium, dark chocolate, 95% dark chocolate, very crucial. When you're doing keto OMAD, you got to make sure you have that dark chocolate because it has so many minerals and micronutrients in it. That's really important on keto. And after you have your meal with keto and with regular OMAD, it's good with keto OMAD, have a hot cup of bone broth and have some sodium and potassium in that bone broth. Another thing that's super important is to, when you're not doing keto OMAD or regular OMAD, is to have a big hot cup of water right before bed. It helps your body digest, move a bit, have some tea. Again, I mentioned my lavender moon milk tea, which I have not opened yet, but it's sitting on top of my microwave. Make sure to have that because it gets you digesting and it keeps you nice and full while doing OMAD. Exercise. So when you're doing OMAD, it is important to exercise. Now, you got to be careful with what kind of exercise you're doing. Be very careful. Because, again, I'm at the point where I need to build a crap ton of muscle because I need the muscle in my knee, which I have built, but my knee is not getting happy. But anyway, I started doing the Knees Over Toes guys program, and his program is, that guy is money. Like, and it's not even expensive. It's actually done so much for my knee in the last 2 sessions. I did it twice and my knee's much better. So crazy. He knows what he's talking about. But anyway, going back to what I was saying, exercise. You want to do exercises that you can recover from. So you want to do cardio-like exercises. And when I say cardio-like exercises, you can weight lift. You just have to do light weightlifting where you kind of have a set of light weights, do a set or 2 until you feel a light pump. Any exercise you can recover from. Now, you don't want to be doing OMAD unless you're eating your meal right before you go to the gym or right after, then you can get away with it. Because I know there are people who actually bodybuild with OMAD. There's a way to do that, but you have to be very careful and you got to make sure you're eating the foods that you can, like high density or high calorie dense foods, if you're going to do that, because you kind of want to be at maintenance or a little bit at a surplus when you're building muscle, kind of, or close to. You can be in a small deficit too while building muscle, because at the end of the day, when it comes to building muscle, it's all about the gym. But you want to do light exercises. You want to do like the bike, maybe like a chill class, a light swim. Like those are the kind of exercises I was doing while I was losing weight. Lots of treadmill work, walking on the treadmill for an hour, slow walking, light, ab work, core work. You want to do work like that. You don't want to be trying to bench press like your max rep bench press or squatting crazy amounts. You don't want to do that, because what's going to happen is you're going to get super hungry, and then your body is going to be like, whoa, I need to eat. And then it's going to be really hard to fast. And then you're going to break your fast, and then you're going to binge, and then you're just going to lose control. You just want to do exercises that you can recover from. It's just easier that way. When it comes to weight loss, focus on weight loss. I know this is coming from the girl who's like, I want to lose weight and build muscle. Yeah, it did benefit me because now I'm seeing the muscle, but it also slowed down my journey because these muscles are demanding more calories from me, but it all worked out in the end. But anyway, as I was saying, you want to focus on weight loss. If your focus is on weight loss, focus on weight loss. Don't worry about building muscle. Don't worry about losing muscle. You will not lose muscle as long as you get a pump into your muscles about 3 times a week. You won't lose your muscles. Don't worry about that. And I talked about that with Keto OMAD. With Keto OMAD, basically, when you reduce your protein count, you're reducing it to a point where you have just enough protein for your body to recover if you do a workout. And you won't lose your muscle. You'll sustain your muscle with keto. It will definitely sustain the muscles you have. Keto OMAD weight loss. Now, if you're using keto to build muscle, that's different. You're obviously going to eat more. But I'm talking about people with weight loss. But anyway, you want to focus on weight loss, light exercises. So you want to do cardio, light weightlifting. Oh, that kid lost his water bottle. Sorry. Light weightlifting, body weight exercises you can recover from, swimming, walking. Focus on stuff like that. And you will definitely, that's like the kind of exercise that I definitely recommend on OMAD. Another thing is with exercising. Now, I personally like to exercise in the morning, because what happens when you exercise, it helps suppress your hunger. And then 2 to 3 hours after you exercise, you kind of get super hungry and you want to eat. I like exercising in the morning. I like exercising fasted. It's how I started off my weight loss journey. When I started exercising, I actually lost weight with home workouts through Beachbody. That's now called Body. I specifically did Beachbody workouts from home because I had a lot of anxiety going to the gym and all that. I only returned to the gym like 10 months ago. That's when I first got a gym membership, because I had to, because I needed the pulley machines to help recover my body from the car accident. So I needed to go to a gym. But I started with Beachbody. So like Beachbody's workouts are their workouts are kind of geared towards, they always talk about 6 a.m. workouts. So I was like, 6 a.m. workouts. And it was easier for me at the time because I had a baby, kind of a toddler that depended on me. So it was easier for me to work out right before he woke up, and then I would get him ready, and then I would go to school or work. So I personally like working out in the morning. It's just easier for me. That's the routine. That's my habit. But with OMAD, you want to work out. For those who are having issues, you can do this anytime. This is just a recommendation, is to work out 2 to 3 hours before you break your fast, because it crushes your hunger. Now, if you're finding that you're working out early and you're having issues with hunger and OMAD, work out a little closer to your fast. You can work out an hour or work out after. Some people have their meal and work out after. That's great. Like, just do whatever works for you. Me personally, I don't like a lot of food in my tummy while working out. I just don't like it. I've never been like that. So yes. Watchwoman says, so basically YouTube workouts are OMAD friendly. Yes, totally. Yes. The light weights and workouts, got it. Yes, they are totally OMAD friendly. Like Caroline Gervin workouts are very OMAD friendly because hers are very cardio like. Well, she's a bit intense. Caroline Gervin is a machine. She uses heavy weights, but you don't have to use her weights. You just use what you can. But Caroline Gervin's workouts are an example of workouts that are very OMAD friendly. Oh gosh, YouTube workouts are totally OMAD friendly. Totally. Totally. I'm trying to think of any high intense hit. Like there are some high intense hit workouts that might not be OMAD friendly unless you do it right after or around your eating window. That might be okay. Because things like copious amounts of burpees, but I doubt anyone's doing that. Like the typical weight loss person isn't training like that. So forget what I said. But yeah, YouTube workouts, the general YouTube weight loss workouts are definitely OMAD friendly. Wow, I ran my mouth for an hour and a half and I'm not hungry. Yes, so now I can prepare my meal. Thank you guys for helping me through this OMAD fast. Thank you guys for being here. I really am passionate about helping people lose weight because, oh my gosh, I struggled with my weight for years. In my mid-20s, in my early 20s, not early, but mid-20s, after I gave birth to my son. It's hard not knowing how to lose weight, what to do. And if I can be that like guiding light to people, it's a win. Because I remember being on YouTube trying to find someone that I can lose weight with, or try to find someone that was actually talking about weight loss. The only person I found was Gracie's Journey, and I still follow her to this day. She really motivated me to start my weight loss journey and to get stuff done. And if I can be that for somebody else, that is a win. That is a win, because I know how it is to struggle with weight. I still struggle with weight to this day. I still struggle with all the emotions of binge eating, overeating. I struggle with all of that. And if I can give insight or give hope to other people that they can do it too, it's a win. Like that is what I'm truly passionate about, because I know how it is to be in that deep, dark hole. I know how it is to be trapped. And I don't want anyone feeling that. I really don't. I really don't. I want us all to level up together and find success together. We all, sorry, I'm squeezing this. We all can do this. We got this. Anyway, I am sending you guys mad love. Laugh out loud. I'm not sure what you're laugh out louding to. Maybe my weirdness. But I'm sending you guys mad love. And I will see you guys tomorrow for an OMAD vlog. Cheers.